Good morning. Today I'm gonna smoke a pork shoulder. I got a request from my friend Rudy, so I'm dedicating this video to Rudy. Thanks for watching. And we are going to smoke this 7-pound pork and film how we do this. So thanks for joining, thanks for watching, and let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start out by lighting this charcoal in this chimney. I like to use the Weber starting cubes because they're super easy and they work really well. So we're gonna light this cube. We get the cube lit, and then we put the charcoal in the chimney right on top of that. And we're gonna let that go for about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, now let's go check out the charcoal. I've already pre-set up the rubber, but I'll give you a shot on how I did it. The grill's already taken apart, the charcoal's in it. We just filled up the ring, and then we created a hole in the center, and then once that charcoal gets going, we're going to pour it right in the center, and that'll get the rest going. And then we're going to put some pecan wood chips in there, and I have my thermometer with the probes ready to go, my meat thermometer. And then we will put this together and get it going, and I will show you how all this goes. So come on, let's go prepare the meat. Here are the Weber cubes I use. They come in this package. They come in a little plastic container. You just pop them out and light them. They're that easy. That's why I like them. I will put a link in the description. Okay, to prepare the meat, I'm gonna cut it out of the bag like so. This is a 7-pound pork shoulder. While we're waiting for the charcoal to go, we're going to prepare this. Bloody mess. Gross. Okay, let's drain some of this blood. Okay. Alright, so here's how I prepare my pork shoulder. A little bit of mustard. Actually, a lot of mustard. Shake it up. And then we just pour it right on here. And then rub it in. Get a nice covering. Covering, get all the sides, and then the back, and then a little bit more on the back side. Rub it in, and then I turn it back over to the bottom. Rinse off my hands real quick. Then I like to take this Dave's famous pork rib rub, and we'll Just sprinkle this on here generously. And I like to rub that in. Get it up on the sides. And then turn it over. We're going to cook this way with the fat side up. Put some more in there. Rub it in. Alright, and that's pretty much how the meat goes. So we'll let that sit and go check on our chimney. Be right back. Okay, we're back checking out the chimney. Can you see inside there? It looks like it's about ready to go. I'm gonna let that go for a couple seconds just to get a little bit hotter. Today in Arizona, it's early June. It's supposed to be about 109 degrees today, so we are gonna smoke this pork. We're gonna smoke this pork shoulder, and we are gonna float by the pool today. Actually, we're not going to float by the pool, we're going to float in the pool. That's how hot it's going to be. And we're going to smoke the shoulder on the smoker. I'm not even positive that we will even need the smoker. We probably could just throw the meat on a rock. In a few hours be nice and cooked. But today we're going to throw it on the smoker so we can show Rudy how we do a pork shoulder. Thanks again, Rudy, for watching. Alright. Let's go pour these coals in the smoker. Alright, I'm gonna have to put the camera down. But bear with me. Here we go, right in the center. Okay. And, okay, these are pecan wood chips. I like to throw these on the coals right in front of the vents. And we don't need a lot of them. We'll just use 3 or 4 big ones. Put them right in front of the vents. Just like that. So it looks like that. And then we're going to let that go for a few seconds. Be back in a few. Alright, I had to put the camera down to put this together, but what I did was inside the water pan, I don't think you're going to be able to see down there, but inside the water pan in there I put a little over a gallon of water, and I put the racks in, and I put this all together while I'm waiting for the charcoal to go. We're going to get it up into operating temperature. How this is going to work is I have 3 vents on the bottom, 1 vent on the top, and all of the vents are wide open. We're going to let the fire get hot, and then we're going to slowly close the lower vents to equalize the temperature. We want to cook it at about 225. So right now we're just kind of letting the wood chips go and the heat come up. This is going to take a little while to normalize, so we're gonna have to check on it several times. But once we get it up to about 225, we're gonna put the meat on and probe it, and then check on it a little bit to make sure the temperature stabilizes. So that's where we are, and stay tuned. Okay, here we are 15 minutes later, and as you can see, we are way too hot. So we have the bottom closed except the front, so we're going to close it off. And I'm just going to leave a little crack. Let's see what happens. See if that'll cool it down. So we're just over 250. We want to drop it down to 2.25. In fact, it's a little high, so we are going to close it off. So we got all the bottoms closed and the top wide open. And we will be back in about 15. Stay tuned. Alright, here we are. We're about 15-20 minutes later. Checking the temperature. It looks like we're just barely a little bit high. So we're just going to go ahead and close off this bottom vent down here. Oh, it's already closed off. So this looks like this is about as cool as it's going to get. So we're going to cook it just slightly higher than we intended to. It's not too bad. It just means it'll cook a little tiny bit faster. So I'm gonna probably come out and give it another check in about 15 minutes to make sure that the temperature is stable. So just to recap, all of the vents on the bottom are closed all the way around, and the top vent is wide open. And we put the meat on at 7 in the morning, and we are going to let it go now. Like I said, we'll check it in 15 minutes or so, and then we'll just let her go until we get to the right temperature. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, here we go. Temperature is right on the money. So, it was about a half an hour ago that I checked, but I think it's just going to be stable now, so I'm going to let it go. And we're just going to let this go for hours now. I think it's going to be pretty stable, just like that. And Rudy, I wish I could get smell to get through the camera because it smells delicious. Anyways, we'll check back a little bit later. Alright, the temperature's pretty consistent. It looks really good, so we're going to come check it out and see what it looks like. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So it looks a little moist still. So we're going to give it a little bit of spritz. We're at about 85 Celsius, and we're trying to get to just under 95 Celsius, so it's got a ways to go. We just want to wet it, get a little bit wet, and then we're gonna let it go for probably another hour, and then we'll check it again and probably pull it off. All right, we will be back in about a half hour to an hour. I really like how consistent the temperature is on this thing. So right now we came out to throw some potatoes in the second rack, let them cook for a couple hours so we can have smoked baked potatoes with our pork. So there we go. I wish I could share this smell with you, Rudy. One of these days you're gonna have to come over, do this with me. Alright, one potato going in. 2 potatoes going in. And 3 potatoes, just because we had 3 left. Might as well cook them. Alright. Alright, the potatoes are in. Let's check the temperature of the meat. Turn on the It's on, we see that. 85 degrees. Alright, we want it to be up to about 90 degrees, so we'll probably give it another hour and check on it. So let's take another quick look at the meat, see if we need to spritz it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wish we had some small vision. Alright, I think it looks good. We're just going to let it sit. And then, like I said, we'll come back in a half an hour or so, maybe an hour, and then we'll check it with a meat thermometer and see how easy it slides in and out, and we'll go from there. Alright, see you in a few. Alright, look at that temperature. We've been cooking for about 15 hours. Well, not 15. 13. So that temperature is pretty consistent. Looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the meat before it gets too dark. Look at that. That looks scrumptious. Scrumptious? Looks delicious. What do you think of that? Alright, well, I'm gonna pull it. Can't do it and hold the camera, so I'm gonna go put the camera down and I'll see you guys inside. Okay, pulled it. I'm just gonna cover it up and let it rest.
Smells amazing.
So I'm gonna let it rest for about an hour. Covered up. Okay, it's been resting for an hour. Look at that.
Nice.
Alright, let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah. Look at that. I think it's time to eat.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
Well, I would love to sit and talk about this, but right now it is time to eat. So thanks for sticking with me, and Rudy, I hope you love this. See you later, and thanks for watching.